Hello everybody, Tyler's back with another video, and this time I'm going to explain something pretty interesting. Um, I'm not going to waste much time. You probably understand some idea of what I'm going to explain by the title of it, so I'm just going to get right into explaining this. Whew. Okay, so basically, energy can be broken down to units, similarly to an atom, to where there are these binary codes that are within each energy unit. And the binary codes for each unit acts as a keeper of the property of that particular energy. I spoke about this before in my psionic energy video, how different energies have different properties. But what determines those properties is what is embedded into the binary codes of the energy units of the energy one may be wielding. Different energies have different properties. So let's see. A good example of this was like if someone was wielding psionic energy or psychic energy, and they made a psionic fire out of the energy. The energy in itself would have properties based off of psionic energy, but the fire itself, even though it wouldn't burn how it wouldn't burn as close to its origins as an elemental fire would, because the elemental fire, the property behind the elemental energy of fire, is closer to fire's original creation, the property of it. So, in this instance, let's say if I were to create a psionic fire and an elemental fire, and then have them, clash into each other. The elemental fire would beat the psionic fire because the elemental fire in its property is closer to origin. However, there are some benefits to having a psionic fire because of different properties with psionic energy. So in that regard, it is pretty useful to have and be able to wield other energies. However, understanding how this works will prove to be of the utmost benefit to anyone who wishes to wield energy or sense energy in general. Throughout my discoveries and my developments, I have realized that energy is a language. Let me explain. Basically, being able to sense energy, or any energy, is being able to understand that language. Being able to utilize that energy and wield it for a certain cause is being able to speak that language. Like I said before in the video, energy units have binary codes. It's almost like if it was like a ball, so to speak, and this part of the quadrant is red, and this part of the quadrant is blue, and then there's this split half, and the bottom half is empty. Not necessarily empty, but that space can be used for a specific meaning. So let's say if I was using psionic energy, and I would make a fire out of it, this lower part of the energy would be made to almost mimic the property of a fire, even though the top part has the coding of psionic energy. So that energy unit has a property of both a fire and the properties of psionic energy. That helps to explain this. So let's say if I were to make a ball out of psionic energy, or if I would make a ball out of light energy, there are certain signals that go into the binary coding of the energy units that allows the bottom part of the energy unit, the free space, that's what they call it. I'm not entirely too sure if it's a free space or not. I haven't study that long enough to know exactly what that space is. But it's almost as though with energy units, you can overwrite what's in it, and then you could use it to whatever means that you desire. So let's say if I made a ball out of psionic energy or a ball out of light energy, the bottom half of the energy unit, whatever energy I decide to use, would formulate, it would send signals, there would be a signal sent to the energy coding, and the bottom part of the space will go and almost create a kind of transmitting signal to other parts, to other energy units, and they'll all come together and form whatever it is that the initial signal, almost caused it to, be created as to whatever it is it's supposed to be. Oh man, sorry, it's kind of a mouthful. Let's see. So, my thing is, and the reason why I said before energy is a language, being able to sense it is being able to understand the language, and being able to speak it is being able to utilize it or control it. The energy itself, there's energy units everywhere in the universe, right? And the way the universe works is that there are different representations of different aspects of everything that goes on in the universe, so to speak. So essentially, if there are energy units everywhere, there's a certain language that exists. By language, I mean I'm not entirely too sure what it is, but there are certain signals that give off as to what, how the energy units come together. So let's say if I were to draw energy from where Reiki comes from. Well, the fact is, because there's a place where Reiki is, there's a signal there. And that signal is where it's most prominent as to why Reiki has that function, or Reiki energy has those properties of healing. The reason it exists in that place, because that place is a representation of that particular individual aspect that Reiki has within the universe, which is why it's most prominent there, so this is why that place is the source of Reiki. If any of you know about Reiki, Reiki comes from a certain place that's in the higher realms. Like elemental energy comes from the elemental realms. That's where that place in the universe has the most represented aspect of that signal that's going around, to where the energy units act as an elemental energy, versus a different place where divine energy comes from. If that makes sense. Basically, what I'm saying is, I'm trying to put this in a way to where you guys let me know. Seriously, let me know if I need to make another video to explain this better, because I just figured this stuff out. I'm not sure if you guys are understanding it or not. I really hope you are. But I'm trying my best at this current moment to have it in a way to where you guys can get it, Basically, let's say if I were to bring out, energy from the elemental realm, right? As a signal that comes from there. And it brings some of the energy units there to what you need, but the signal comes with it. And the signal, so to speak, the language, kind of comes to you. So in a sense, when let's say if I were to make like an ice ball right now, I'm saying ball because it's like the most simplest thing. If ice ball right now, that would be also an aspect of speaking that language. Versus just sensing it would be understanding it. Because when you sense different energies, you would sense the properties behind it. But it doesn't mean you can speak it, which means you can't really wield it yet. If that makes sense. The reason I'm bringing this up is because for the longest I didn't understand how energy interacted with each other, our energy units interacted with each other. And I feel as though this is actually kind of a momentous occasion for just myself and maybe other people, whoever this video is reaching. I hope you guys get something out of it. If you need me to explain more, I definitely can. I'm not sure if this makes sense to you guys. But if you do, let me know. I can make another video explaining this. But for now, that's all I really have. So take care. See you guys later.